Good day. The following video depicts Expert Field Medical Badge Warrior Task Number 7, Chemical and Biological Operations. This task was taught in conjunction with Expert Infantryman Badge and Expert Soldier Badge testing. The video consists of the task rater talking through and demonstrating the performance steps. The demonstrators pause during execution to provide instructions. Please note that uniforms depicted during standardization training differ from those required during testing by the EFMB Test Control Office. The video was recorded in April 2023 utilizing the June 2022 testing standards.
Awesome. All right, so you'll be in this posture right here, in this uniform. The next thing is that once you're ready to begin, you'll let the grader know and it'll look something like this.
Again, you have 9 seconds to assume MOPP Level 3 if you have any questions. All zeros. Time will begin in 3, 2, 1, gas, gas, gas.
Pause. So this is one of the two things that the EIB NCOIC clarified on that is not in the performance measures of your E3B guide. So make sure you take a note of this, all right? So the time will not start, the 9 seconds will not start when you stop breathing and close your eyes. It will start on the third gas of gas, gas, gas. So with that, write down gas, 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 and circle that last gas, and make a little note saying time starts here, or and initiate movement. Okay? All right. Once you hear the third gas of gas, 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 you will close your eyes and take a deep breath and simultaneously remove the ACH and attempt to place it on your rifle. If you haven't calibrated your arm at the zero range lately and you completely miss placing it on your weapon because your eyes are closed and your arm's not zero, don't worry about it. You're not going to get a no-go for that. If you put it on there and it falls over, you won't get a no-go, including the weapon. However, you will get a no-go if you attempt to like chug the ACH and kick the weapon out of the way. You have to make the attempt, okay? After that, you'll make sure that you keep your eyes closed and you hold your breath. Don't worry about Pierre, you can hold it for 10 minutes. So, I'm here all week, next week and the week after. Anyway, so tough crowd. Anyway, so what you're gonna do is with your non-firing hand, open your pro mask carrier. With your firing hand, grab your pro mask, pull it out, place it on your face. You will then pull the straps over your cranium while maintaining that hand over that intake valve in the front of your pro mask, okay? These two straps up here and the two temple straps here should already be pre-configured to you. The only two straps that you will have to adjust will be the one on each side along your jaw neckline, okay? So once you have that, while maintaining that hand over the intake valve, you'll pull the one strap, transition your hands, and pull the other strap, making sure it's not twisted. Now here's the thing though. Yes, if you want to use the same hand to make the adjustments, that's cool, but you have to maintain a hand over the intake valve. You can't use two hands simultaneously or you'll be a no-go. All right, once that's done, you will blow out any contaminated air out of your mask while maintaining that hand over that intake valve. You will then place both palms of your hands on the air filters and suck in to ensure a proper seal. And if the pro mask has like that little sucking to your face, congratulations, you just donned your mask within 9 seconds or less. This is all we're looking for within that 9-second standard. The next 3 steps are not included in that 9-second standard, which they are number 1 and 2. You're going to do the hand and arm signal for a chemical CBRN attack while also vocally saying gas, gas, gas. So you'll make fists, no thumbs, just have them like this. Touch your shoulders, have the palms facing the same direction you're facing and say gas, gas, gas.
Gas, gas, gas.
Then you will close the carrying case of your pro mask carrying case, making sure it's all velcroed up. That's an easy no-go to get if you don't do that properly. Before we move on to phase 3 of the best station of patrol lane, P7 Chemical and Biological Operations, what are your questions at this time? Splendid. Okay, so next is phase 2, which will look like something like this.
Kennedy, you have 2 minutes to assume MOPP level 4. Do you have any questions? All zeros. Time will begin in 3, 2, 1, begin.
All right, from this point on, you'll have 2 minutes to decontaminate your skin. The first step that you have to do is seek overhead cover. So you'll be like, staying alive. So point up to the sky because you'll be under the camo net, all right? As long as you say seeking overhead cover, or I'm undercover,
I'm undercover.
or you have an infantryism, you know, don't worry. We're all infantry here at this station, so we can interpret that dialect. So if you're like, cover, you'll be fine, okay? After that, you will utilize your RSDL, which is the Reactive Skin Decontamination Lotion. You will not use this for practice week. You'll use this for test week because we care about you. The substance here is peculiar. It's like a watered down table syrup, okay? Somebody came up with this name, which is probably an officer that got an OER bullet, all right? So in the meantime, in lieu for practice, you will utilize these limited edition Kirkland brand provided by Costco baby wipes, unscented, because we care about you, okay? All right, man, tough crowd. So with that it said, you will open the pouch, take out the RSDL wipe, leave this right side up within your person, don't spill it. You'll then wipe down your hands, decontaminate them. You'll decontaminate the hand, each individual finger, and the palm before you transition over to the next hand. But Sergeant, what if I have 11 fingers? Do I get extra time? No, sorry, you still have 2 minutes. If you have 9 fingers, well, the good news is you'll finish early. After that, you'll take a deep breath, close your mouth, lift the pro mask, and you'll decontaminate your face. It'll be your forehead, your nose, closed mouth, cheeks, and from ear to ear, the jawline under the chin to the other jawline to ear. Now, you'll take your hand out, flip it, put it right back in, and then you'll scrub the inside of the mask, all the areas that make contact with your skin, including the drinking straw. The only area that you will not wipe down deliberately will be the lens. If we see you try to Windex or try to like scrub the actual lens itself, guess what? You'll get a no-go. If you accidentally get some liquid on there for whatever reason, that's fine. After that, you will stow away that wipe in the pouch. You will then clear your pro mask from any contaminated air. And then you will grab that pouch again out of the wipe out of the pouch and decontaminate the remaining of your forehead, exposed scalp, your ears, throat, neck. Once you have completed that, you'll put that back in the pouch, secure your hood, and put it over your head. When you do so, you'll make sure you covered all the skin, but not to exceed where it goes over the viewport of the lens where you see out of, okay? Now, this part's, we suggest, highly recommend actually, to look up to the left, exaggerate that head movement because of the pro mask and how high the zipper and the Velcro go with your hood. It's harder to do it when you're looking straight. So look up to the left as if you're having a patriotic moment. America. Then zip up, Velcro it all up, then look straight. Then you'll grab the two drawstrings, bring them up to eye level, and connect the male and female end together. Once you're done with that, you'll put that under your pro mask. Okay? And then you'll grab the RSDL wipe again from the pouch. There you go. And then you'll decontaminate your hands again, the same way you did before. Once you're done with that, you'll put it back in the pouch and you'll grab your MOPP gloves out of your cargo pocket, place them on your hands, and Velcro strap the wrists of your overgarment as tightly as possible. And that completes phase 2 of the best station of patrol lane P7 chemical and biological operations. Before I open the floor to any potential questions, one thing that I will clarify, because this always comes up, the sequencing of the decontamination. All we care about is the grouping, meaning that I don't care, or we don't care if you scrub your cheeks before your forehead or your closed mouth before your cheeks. What we want to see is decontaminate your hands first, then your face, then your mask, then the rest of your head, neck, throat, ears. Put the hood on and do your hands again. Is that clear for everybody? What are your questions at this time?
If I close the carrier right after I pull the mask out, would that be a no-go?
Huh?
If I close the carrier right after pulling the mask out, would that be a no-go?
No, but that will really impede your time, because can you close that mask properly and completely sealed within the 9-second time hack, including everything else you have to do?
No.
I would highly not recommend that, because this is not a timed part. So just save that for after, okay?
So after you scrub your face with the RSDL, can you immediately just flip your hand and do the inside of your mask?
No,
or you have to take it out?
I would take it out, because it's going to do two things. One, it's going to help you remember not to like go back and forth like this, because that'll be out of sequence. You need to completely do your face first, take it out, immediately put it back in. So don't bring the mask back to your face. Just keep your mask like out like this, bring your hand back in, and do the mask. Secondly, it's going to help us to actually see that you're doing it correctly. So it's not like this, okay?
You have to actively clear the mask when you're done wiping it. Your
Yes,
face
and let
your
me
mouth.
pick your brain. Why do you think that is?
Because you just let stuff in.
That's why. Any other questions? All right, so we're gonna move on to phase 3. So it'll look something like this.
Okay, you have 5 minutes to decontaminate your equipment. Do you have any questions? All zeros. Time will begin in 3, 2, 1, begin.
Okay, so this last part that is not in your books, you will, I highly suggest you take note of it. There are 4 pieces of equipment that you will be required to decontaminate in order to get a go. Your rifle, your ACH, your taps or flick, and your pro mask carrier. As long as you do those 4 things, you're good. Now, you'll grab your M295, you'll rip it out of the pouch, and this is what it looks like. The white side here, just remember, is the part that will make contact with the equipment you're decontaminating. And you'll put it on like a kitchen mitten. Once you do that, there is no particular sequence on which item that you can start with or end with. You can pick whatever one. However, very important, you have to sweep away from your body. So unlike with the RSDL with the skin, doesn't matter what pattern, for this it does. Okay? Now, one thing I forgot to clarify, after phase 1, you are permitted to put your helmet or weapon on the ground or on the table next to you, as long as it's within arm's reach. You're not required to continue keeping it between your legs after phase 1, okay? All right, so first thing we will tackle is the taps or flick. As long as we see you do, let's cover the general areas of your taps and flick system. That will suffice. So I would suggest maybe 4 good swipes. Okay, for your carrying case, maybe 2 or 3. For your ACH, the same thing. And for your rifle, point it in the safe direction. This one, he's not going to make physical contact with the rifle for this demonstration, just because he is a nice person and he doesn't want to dirty up your weapon. Okay, so he will do you'll hold your weapon, go the entire length of the weapon, then flip it and do the same thing. Okay, now if you decide to do it perpendicular like this, that's fine, but this is the most efficient, efficient way of doing it. Once you're done with that, the next thing that you're going to do is collect both of your RSDL and M295 waste materials. This is the waste basket that will be utilized, which is in accordance with unit SOP. Allegedly, it looks like cardboard, but it is. All right, so this is very important because I could see an embarrassing no-go from happening. So when you throw these away or dispose of them, make sure that you also verbalize what you're doing. As long as we hear the key words decontaminate or decontamination with whatever you paraphrase, that will suffice. So the way, if you want it more like a verbatim, it'll sound something like this. Disposing of decontamination waste materials in accordance with unit SOP. And just put it in there. Now, if you, you can say, okay, throwing away decontaminate stuff properly, that will suffice as well. One last warning, please don't try to test your three-pointer on this. Don't try to stand far back and be like, Kobe, and then you missed it. Because guess what? You just no-go. All right, just bend over, put it in there, okay? And it'll look something like this.
Final decontaminate stuff.
All right, clear as a whistle. All right, that concludes P7, Chemical Biological Operations, the Best Station Patrol Lane. What are your questions at this time?